idiot, mate. You actually don't owe America any explanation, except if you want to say, okay, you know what, America, we have a problem. We need your help. Do you understand? Like you ask for that help diplomatically and say, America has identified the terrorist. They want to also name and sanction the terrorist enablers. You know the way that they do with Donald Trump executive order. Once they push up, and it becomes something that their Senate, they are the one controlling their Senate now, the Republicans. And then boom, they pushed it. And they passed it, right? Simple majority or something like that. Donald Trump with his executive order, he won't even need the executive order for this one, or maybe you could just use more executive order to. So what that simply means is that they will now put names, starting with your president, Tinubu. They will now be able to put names of those they believe are enabling these terrorists and pushing Islamic agenda beyond where they've known them in Nigeria, northern Nigeria. So you get. So the pushing of blasphemy law is also part of the issue, not only the terrorists too. Just so you shall know. So what that means is that you will now see state governors who will then be put on like red watch, alert. And you know America as well, right? They will begin to pick your governors. You say, yeah, that governor, they all their money, everything that is associated with them, once their name is put up there, the money could begin to miss. So the damages is America will use that and say they are trying to cut terrorism funding. Once they identify your governor, Sokoto governor, Kinekon governor, who is funding rehabilitation of terrorists, the list go long. Your clerics in your mosque, all those places where they are preaching these hateful religious messages. Now, fair game. And if you understand how America do their things, right? I am not presenting America to use like, they are all in all. No. That's not the point. The point here is this. None of this is going to actually stop the killings in Nigeria. No. It is American way as well, right? To put pressure on your elite, put pressure on your government. But to get what? Like for what? For oil? For, I don't know. I'm just saying, right, that's how far they can go. But if Nigeria is a real place, like that report that Kalu read earlier, resolution, they should be able to present the evidence of how they have prosecuted these terrorists, because they won't have a means of presenting that. Recently, they scored a kind of like, I think an hat-trick or so. The first one was that they apprehended, this was I think it was in Chad or Niger Republic. They apprehended 2 leaders of ISWAP. One of them happened to be the son of late Alhaji Shekau, late son of Yusuf Shah, son of somebody Shah, probably the founder of Boko Haram. So they apprehended these 2 in Chad, and they were handed over back to Nigeria. And Rebadom, who is also supervising the meetings of these peace meetings of these terrorists in northern Nigeria, right, celebrated it. That was their first score. Then the second one was this Kuje prison break, remember? When the terrorists broke out of, so they apprehended one of those who escaped, because the escapees were like the top leaders, gunners of Boko Haram, arrested before APC, Egbekegbe, came to power. So they were not prosecuted until they jailbreak and escaped. So they caught one. That one that they caught, right, has been resentenced back to prison as we speak. But being sentenced back to prison as a terrorist in Nigeria is just like going on a break. So purely back to the streets. Listen to this panel. This one is a senator from Kirby, begging for, may government come and help us. So help you for what? They're still talking about no killings, or the killings are not religiously motivated, Abi. Listen to this.
Today they will tell us they are here, tomorrow they are here. Everybody knows within our area, but we will not see any action taking place. That is to say, sir, we need this Senate to tell the armed forces to be reporting progress every week so that state by state, otherwise it will be a mess of all issues and we will not be seeing progress. Sir, I beg you that time is right now, that this problem is solvable. We have seen progress. We should not allow this progress to be derailed. We should pursue this remnant of these people so that our next election can be peaceful and sustainable. And we have something to sell to our people, sir. This is the only thing I want to take. If I get protected in my environment, please keep your roads, keep your schools. We just want to be safe. And that is the message we are sending to the Senate President. Please save our life and our people. We are not bothered about roads now or schools. Please save our lives. Our people's lives are in danger. Thank you very much, sir.
Senator.
Somebody was saying that among their contribution, while others are hell-bent in, yeah, it's a democracy. The minority will have their say. The majority will have their way. That's democracy. Doesn't matter what the minority are pushing. And why are they minority? When something that is so serious as terrorism is being so mismanaged for over a decade now. Hundreds of thousands of lives have been lost to these marauders, to these terrorists. But Nigeria won't proscribe them. Nigeria military won't treat them as a terrorist. Nigerian military is playing defensive game with terrorists. Only when they come. Just when they come. We shoot them back. We push them back. In the process, we may kill some of them. But you know what? If they don't come, don't go to them. What about when they go to the people and they are killing people? That's none of your business. Okay? Just stay where we have told you to stay. Stay there. All right? And wait for our command. Okay, sir. That is what Nigerian army is doing, in case if you don't know. They have all the tools, they have all the weapons, all the equipments needed to actually get rid of these rogues. But they need an order. We are waiting for the order. Waiting for whose order? Idris.
Okay, sir. Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, brother. How are you?
Yes, sir. I'm fine, sir. Yes, sir. I want to make my own little contribution to what you've been saying for some days and today. Let me just start from let me just start from you, sir. Because you are actually a professor in microphone, just like David Umar yesterday.
Teacher, you know now. Right. So Idris is calling them from Lagos, and it's saying that the line has caught a bug. So we just have to.
Hello. Hello.
Is that you?
Hello. Sorry, it's the network. It's Nigeria network.
All right. So is that you back then?
Okay, so all right. So I said what I just want to deduce from what from yesterday's interview was just because the charade of challenge attitude of these are elites, these are politicians, that is true that nobody can question them. From what Devumai said yesterday, you can see it's just like nobody is capable of holding you to ransom. That you cannot even, for accountability, imagine asking a question, you are deviating from that question. Like we can't even say anything. And it's just like an abysmal thing in this country. Can this happen in China? Am I audible, sir?
Well, you are still on, though.
Okay. Like, can all this happen in China? Because at least I've not been to China and I've read a lot of news about China that any small lapses from.
The answer would be no. Because if you're referring to
Because
the Voluma referred yesterday, Nigerians who also
yes,
claim that they are offended. There are Nigerians who are like offended the way, Rufai did. So in China, the
but
conversation will even get to that stage.
it will not even get to that stage for crying out loud. Like, they are just, we can't, yes, all this tax is being deducted from everybody's. And we want to know what you are using this money to do. See, by 2026 now, a lot of regressive tax will start paying a lot of regressive tax. And yet, there's nothing to show for it. You are saying that you are building something from one place to another place. That it doesn't to me, it does economically to this sense, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. What has it impacted on the lives of the masses? Absolutely zero. And yet you are bringing all this. Now I just heard that now that they've actually request for another loan, and I'm very sure that our rubber stamp Senate they will just approve it. All this money that they are collecting, who are going to pay it? Myself, my young child that is growing up, Abby?
Yes.
Because I don't understand. And yet, all these side barbarians, all these data boys, they'll keep verifying them. They'll keep verifying them. Now everybody is now clamoring, everybody is shouting that okay, for the last 3 days now, I've not eaten with gas cooker. I've not eaten because there's no gas. There's no gas.
Is that not changing yet?
Where is it changing? Where is it changing? They are still ordering it. They are still ordering it.
The price. Dangote is going to set to you
Yes.
100 naira per kg.
Yes, now, exactly. From their mouth now. At least that is what they normally bring out now to the social media. Everybody will start, the database will say, can't you see? Can't you see now? Can't you see? Can't you see? What is can't you see there? At least so we don't have any APC police station now. Everybody is shouting. Those people that are supporting, and once they get cuffed into their mouth, once they get cuffed into their mouth now, they'll keep quiet again. But what I just know that we need what we call revolution in this country. We need revolution. Everybody now that one person will be saying enough will be shouting. I listened to your broker yesterday. One idiot from North is saying about jihadists. As if I'm not a Muslim. That okay? Does Mama say you should fight for him? Does God say you should fight for him? But all these people, I just want to make my own contribution. And the last one is about this forgery, this certificate forgery. Now, to me, this morning, this morning, I learned that he has honorably resigned. He's a fool. He shouldn't have even resigned. He shouldn't have resigned now because he's a guy at the top. He has not resigned. So he shouldn't. To me, it's just like a culture. Culture is just like a cultural norm. So to me, it is not special again. And I'm very sure that there won't be any light at the end of the tunnel of this investigation. Nothing will come out of it. It will just go like that, and that is going to be the end. The law is only applicable to the poor, the less privileged. It doesn't applicable to those high ranking because now you see that there's different kind of law. One law separately for the poor masses, and that law another set of law for the rich and the elite. For this particular incident, it will not see the light of the day again. I'm very sure of it. I am certainly sure of it. So that is just I want to make my contribution, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
All right. You have a very good one, So I was actually about to get to that. Talking about NNAJI, the Minister of Technology, Tinubu's Minister of Technology, right? Who went to Brazil with him, I think at the last time, right? And then it spoke of how they were planning to use AI to develop agriculture. I was like, how are you going to do that? Where the Fulani terrorists are already having your supposed, lands to cultivate as farmlands. They are already having them as, on governed territories. So how are you going to do that anyway? So it ended up like he forged his own academic credentials. So he forged his university degree certificate that they got him out. And it wasn't even recent too. They found this out since last year, right? Premium Times reported it, okay? But he managed to keep himself under the radar, but not for long. Right now, the last 1 week has been like the worst 1 week of his life. So initially he kept grandstanding until the schools were consulted, NYSC, and they all confirmed this stuff is fake. He's still insisting though that he got his degree, but because of this whole thing, he will be putting his resignation, and he resigned. And right away, typical Nigerians who are easily impressed, by the way, as I say, I've never seen anything like this. Nigeria, somebody is and he resigned. And the same ones who are saying, how could you be a certificate forger like Tinubu, this and that? Immediately they were so like, wow, that's so good. But others are still asking, what about perjury? Perjury is lying under oath, right? So he lied under oath that all his documents were genuine, but they are not. So he's already committed a perjury. Therefore, he should have his day in court or not. There is somebody talking about that.
Organization has been accused of obtaining bribe for this story. What inspired this story? How did you begin the story? When you assigned the story to a reporter, what was the intent? Give us an understanding.
Okay, first of all, Robert Ungu, the spokesperson for the minister, accused us of receiving 100 million naira from the Enugu state government. Of course, he's going to prove that in court. We are not a newspaper that you can unduly malign. We've built our integrity for close to 15 years. And we've done a lot of great stories, and no one has ever accused us of us. People know us for that.
A newsroom takes up a story. What inspired it?
Well, in this particular case, we really, at least from what the editors briefed me about, what they told me, a whistleblower had sent us an email to our newsroom email to raise concern and to alert us to some discrepancies in the minister's claim. And the whistleblower appealed to us to investigate that he or she, we don't know the person, is confident that if we do diligent investigation, we will be able to uncover something shocking. And that we took up the challenge, and then we started working on it. Since 2023, we started working on it. In fact, we first wrote to the NYSC on, I'm trying to check the letter we sent to NYSC. We first of all wrote to the NYSC on 23 September 2023. That was when we started. So when this whistleblower wrote to us, the editors took it up and assigned reporters to do it. Some worked in Abuja, some worked in Enugu, and they were all working together consistently. So that was what happened. We had no battle with the minister. We didn't know him. But for us, this is not the first time. Our strength is investigation. Everybody know our newsroom for that. And when a matter is brought before us, we investigate. At times, we find things that are indicting. At times, we don't. But it's our job as journalists, especially as required of us by the Constitution, to hold power accountable, which is what we have done here.
Which is not wrong. So in defense of the minister, he claimed that it was an Asher job. They were paid to hunt him down. And that is why it became their focus of investigative journalism. So NNAJI resigned. yesterday thanked Paul for the opportunity given to him and his contribution to the technology in Nigeria. Until last month, majority of you probably don't even know who was the Minister of Technology in Nigeria. It's crazy, right? So that is now the end of NNAJI. Another scandal that I expect to hit Nigeria's news line very soon is going to be that of the student loan scam. So the student loan scam, which Tinubu put in place when he removed education subsidy in Nigeria. Education subsidy in Nigeria created unity schools, federal government colleges, technical schools, and universities. So it allowed at least millions of children of the poor and even the rich to acquire quality education cheaper until they, sort of bastardized it, right? But when Tinubu came in, he removed that, telling the schools to go raise funds themselves. And the only way schools can raise or generate money, apart from maybe if they invest in research or they win any kind of like a funding elsewhere, would be tuition, and sometimes as well accommodation for the students. So things changed drastically. The school fees skyrocketed, coupled with the situation in the country as well, by the way, which is their own reason for why things have to go up. People who were paying 20,000 Naira school fees, 15,000, 25,000, are now being asked to pay between 500,000 Naira and 1.2 million Naira school fees. Depends on the discipline. And why is that? Why did the school fees just jump up like that? Right? As much as the students themselves have been told to go and apply for student loans, that you don't even have to worry. The Tinubu's student loan group or guys are now feeling concerned that it don't become a pattern. It's like it's becoming a pattern. These schools, in the last 2 years, they have actually like increased their school fees like about 4 or 5 times, in a way that when you look at what it was in 2023 and what the school fees are today, tuition now in Nigerian schools, right? It's like about 500% more, some like 700%. They themselves are beginning to feel concerned, like, wait, this is not normal. So it's now becoming like a racket. Okay? Meaning, since the students are going to take loans, right? So the school needs that. So what about those students who won't be able to take the loans when they have to pay their tuition and they have to go and probably like source for it elsewhere? Were they put into consideration? I don't think so. But they said these were the students of the University of Petroleum or something. I think, where is that again? Yeah, in Warri, Delta State, protesting the unaffordable cost of their tuition and accommodation as it is today. This was...
We, the students of Fukri, we have hereby cancelled today's exam. No exam.
We not agree. 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 We not agree.
School cars.
Only mad. Oh, this small thing, oh. Where I just.